Hey guys, how's it going? Kripparrian here. So it turns out that those hybridized murlocs are a little bit better than we first thought they were. The numbers are in, and as people play more and more games in this patch, it looks like the hybridized murlocs over any other are winning out. The Magmaloc, which is an elemental murloc, is just pretty good because he easily scale it by playing a whole bunch of cards, and the Blazing Skyfin, when you play Battlecry cards, it also scales a whole bunch. If Murlocs are in, you get both, and if the other minion types are also in, you usually get some heavy-handed bonuses, some really powerful synergies in some cases. And overall, these cards have come together to really make a new face of Murloc builds while allowing you to transition into menagerie, hybridized builds, and a lot of other cool stuff. I don't care a whole lot for the undead this patch, but I think the hybrid minions are really going to be a long-lasting success. Take a look. Let's try Zarella, I guess. Yeah, ChatGPT told you Pogo Hopper. So ChatGPT says that its information isn't very current after 2019. I think that's actually going to be one of its weaknesses for a long time.
I believe in your power. Now go get 'em.
And I think that's the case because I think the main focus of AI will be to be more broad in its information before they have a focus for it to be more current.
Good luck out there. I believe in you.
Ignoring the argument about biases, generally things are made extremely politically correct. You don't want obsessively politically correct AI. It's effectively censoring the AI.
Oh no. Well, don't let it get you down.
It's an interesting way to look at it. I don't know. Can something be like overly politically correct? I feel like if you look back in time, a lot of the politically correct things that were practiced fairly shortly afterwards just became the norm. And in, I mean, the few cases that come to mind, that's a good thing. Like, I don't know, the things that I'm thinking about are, you know, prejudices against certain type of people, for example. You know, once upon a time it was politically correct to, like, include them, while other people are like, lol, right? But then not really, right? Where most of those cases, that's kind of how things should have been. So it's, I don't know, maybe. I don't know what is overly politically correct? I don't know. What is overly politically correct that has been practiced for 20 years?
I still believe in you. You just have to believe in yourself.
Subjective by nature.
To fight by your side.
Overly politically correct is not being able to read a book because it contains bad words, such the book burning in the 1980s. I don't know much about that. Something about climate change. Climate change is overly politically correct, and it was very much practiced during COVID. Why is climate change overly politically correct? There are actual 100-plus-year-old studies that have correctly attributed the industrialization to destroying the planet. And there's just been a massive effort from the main contributors to that to suppress that knowledge from people getting it. If anything, it's not about political correctness. If anything, climate change has to be in the forefront of most discussions in politics to literally fight propaganda. Right? Like that's what it is. Should I go with that? Let's go with this. A lot of anti-climate change people are nut jobs, but you can find those resources on Google. An AI-powered search would censor them, and you don't think that's good? Oh, I see. Yeah, that always becomes a little bit tricky, doesn't it? Because something like that, there's pretty clear science.
Good luck.
But not everything has pretty clear science.
Here's some new recruits. They'll give your team that extra bit of magic.
Mechs and Murlocs. Did he just die? No, there's no way he died on turn 4. I refuse to believe that. So I think I'm going to play that on 5 next turn. Actually, that doesn't mean that I won't lose with this, because this is some serious garbage. So Tess hit Mutanus for 9 on turn 4. Turn 4 is the 6 gold turn. Yeah, this is actually weak. Crap. This is actually weak for turn 4. But 9 on turn 4. No, I'm gonna overrule it. 9 on turn 4 is suspect. I think he sold his board. I think they multi-queued. 9 is too much to hit for on turn 4.
Good luck.
Yeah. If he hit him for like 5, I would have expected some cards. 9 is way too much.
I knew you could do it.
Murloc and Dragon. So if I sell, do that. Wow. Okay.
Would you care for a spot of tea?
Need a drink? What's all this fuss about?
Okay, that's decent. The flat earth people doing legitimate experiments and discovering the earth is round is pretty funny. Must have measured something wrong. I actually saw an article about that a couple days ago. Apparently, they did like an experiment. They've done something similar a few times where they shine a laser and they have certain holes at certain heights. And they're like, well, if the earth is flat, it'll be at this distance from the ground, from like the measured part. And if the earth is round, it'll be,
Good luck.
the guy said, like 23 inches below that. So they do the experiment, and it's not level, but it's like 19.5 inches below where they expect it to be. And the conclusion that they made was that it's inconclusive because it wasn't level, but it's not where it would have been if the Earth was round. It wasn't like 20 something, and apparently the 20 something inches below the marker, it was just made up. They didn't actually do the math if the Earth was round given the expected circumference. If they actually did the math, it would have been exactly 19.5, which is what they had. It's so unbelievable. Okay, I guess I'm okay to buff that.
That one's a work of art.
Will uncover.
Practice makes perfect.
Stack them tall.
join our team. Good luck out there. I believe in you.
Oh, I picked the clue over the tavern tipper. So it would be 6 instead of like 4, a bit more target. Yeah, you're right. Tipper was probably better.
I knew you could do it. Is there
Oh, I should use the hero
more
power.
beautiful than this minion's loyalty? There's some good new recruits here. Don't let them get away.
Are you on the guest list?
Really good.
This one is mine.
That guy looks really strong. Do people have access to all information, rely on skills to digest it and filter it, or rely on an authority which does that on our behalves? There's just so much information out there, and it's quite difficult to process it all, honestly. Actually, you know what? I think I'm going to... I'm actually going to sell that. Beautiful. Fine. Fine, we're going to do that.
Good luck out there. I believe in you.
Bad.
I knew you could do it.
Oh wow, okay. Not sure about that.
That one has a pure heart. I can tell.
Are you on the guest list?
What's all this fuss about?
For justice.
Yeah. I need to get some toxins
What
here.
happens when you dress for success?
Why is stopping global warming the necessary change rather than have the globe warmer? No ice age, please. Right. A lot of climate change happens as a result of system collapse, and there's been an insane amount of that
In that battle.
as a result of the actions caused by people. It's almost like the temperature part is almost like a tip of the iceberg situation. Let's see what else I can find. It's actually not too bad. Fine, let's see here.
That one's a work of art.
I guess I should probably do poison for a turn. 'Cause we're going into turn 12 after this.
Why, of course I can take that one. Here's a gold hook.
The Earth has like pretty massive fluctuations in temperature, but the scale at which that happens, the amount of time under that happens, is normally vast. What we've done to the planet, we've accelerated that a lot. It's hard to say for sure, but the level at which it's happening is certainly very alarming. The other part that is really important in regards to the climate change has to do with the fact that literally all of society is set up geographically, and the engines that kind of fuel society, like growing food and all that, it's kind of based around a very specific climate. And when that changes, it can be very problematic. And you might be like, Kripp, what are you talking about? Well, if you add like 10 feet to the oceans, a lot of places where people live, they can't live there anymore. I'm actually gonna level.
Here, have a go. You're my angel investor.
I'm a little bit afraid to, yeah, because I'm against other Murloc players here. Let me play out this turn. Give me a second.
Why, of course I can take that one. Here's a gold hook. There's some good new recruits here.
A bit risky to
Don't let
mess
them
with
get
that.
away.
Yeah, fine. That's good.
You deserve better. Here, have a go.
Also poison on that. All like the only one that doesn't have poison. It is big enough, I believe.
Go hire one of those minions to join our team.
Fine. There are so many systems in nature
You can win this thing.
that are affected by the consistent climate that we've had. Some people wonder why there's so many more hurricanes and stuff. Hurricanes are pretty complex, but the gist of it is that you need warm surface temperatures on the water near the equator. That's where hurricanes or cyclones, that's where they're formed. And the warmer
You looked, you
the
did
water,
amazing
the
out
bigger and more intense ones you get. So it's really difficult to say that, you know, the planet is going to be this warm at this time, and this is how many, you know, giant Katrina-like hurricanes are going to come every year. We're not there yet to make those estimates. But the trajectory that we've set on when it comes to warming up this planet.
Go hire one of those minions to join our team.
That sucks.
I'll do what I can.
I cannot do much here. That guy just has so little life left. I really should go for a kill.
You're pushing your luck.
There is so much power in this one. Now tame it. I'll keep them safe for you.
Earthquakes? I don't believe the temperature situation causes earthquakes. There are a few systems that are man-made that promote earthquakes. But that's kind of like another thing entirely. Like fracking causes a large amount of small earthquakes to happen, for example. This guy's screwed. Yeah, there's no chance there. there are certain cases where taking out a massive amount of water, like some large cities are above large aquifers, and using up that water, effectively draining those aquifers, changes the ground substantially in some cases. But I think that's still pretty, like, we don't have like that great of an understanding of that from what I know. We screwed up chat. Hey, Murlocs.